Welcome back to my channel, Star Booze.
She was the elegant, softly spoken blonde who stole hearts like Krystle Carrington on Dynasty. But what happened to Linda Evans once the cameras stopped rolling? Beyond designer clothes and TV glitz leads a life distinguished by profound affection, heartbreak, personal struggles, and silence. Reinvention. In this video, we examine the unexpected twists and emotional turns in Linda Evans' true life tale from partnerships and the absence of children. How she discovered tranquility away from spotlight. Plus, we'll reveal the source, considering her considerable financial worth and the what secrets does she live by today lay behind this timeless smile. Icon. Let's discover out Linda Evans was born. On November 18, 1942, in Hartford, Connecticut, to a family with deep. Her parents were also artistically inclined, professional dancers, which naturally ignited her early affinity to the arts. When she was a young girl, the family packed up and relocated to North Hollywood, hopes for additional opportunities. In the entertainment world, she grew up with two sisters, Carol and Kathy, with creativity all around. Linda was a very shy child. Frequently avoided eye contact and felt out of place in social situations. Attending Hollywood High School, the teacher advised her to take drama classes as a chance to break free from her. What began as confidence booster became something much. Linda discovered a spark in her performance. That brought out a whole new aspect of her high school drama classes. Didn't simply assist her overcome her nervousness. Linda changed the trajectory of her life. Evans experienced her first taste of show business at the age of 15, getting a tiny part in a television commercial. It may not have seemed like much at the time. The brief moment in front of the camera ignited a light in her, one that would develop a lifetime interest for acting. Her inherent charisma and cinematic presence, Linda rapidly began catching the eye. Casting directors led to guests. Appearances on popular shows such as Bachelor Father, The Adventures of AZ Harriet, and Wagon Train. Her breakthrough came in 1965 when she was cast as Audra Barkley on The Big Valley, her first significant role in a long-running series, which changed everything. The youngest daughter of the Barkley family, Audra was strong, educated, and elegant. Linda played the role just right. Combination of confidence and emotional nuance, audiences connected with her immediately. And the show's success that lasted through 1969 launched her into the spotlight. The Big Valley was a tipping moment. Linda, both professionally and personally, has frequently mentioned that playing Audra helped her learn what she was capable of, provided her the confidence to tackle larger roles. It was a pivotal chapter during her career, one that opened the door for everything that followed. While fans' eye adored seeing Linda Evans as the spirited, Audra Barkley had an even bigger part just around the corner, one that defined her career and transformed her into household name. What happened next was Dynasty, which would change everything. In 1981, Linda assumed the post of Krystle Carrington discusses the luxurious Dynasty as a primetime soap opera. That moment, her star soared. The show centered around the wealthy and powerful. The Carrington family quickly became Krystle is a cultural phenomena. The lovely and kind wife of oil tycoon Blake Carrington is played by John Forsythe, her character's continuing feud with Alexis Colby, played by Joan Collins, became one of the most famous rivalries in television history, giving viewers tremendous drama week after week. Linda's performance helped to anchor the show over its most prosperous years and transformed her into an international symbol of 1980s television. The fierce clashes Krystle and Alexis's relationship did not just make for fantastic television. They became renowned, helping Dynasty soar to new heights. Linda Evans' portrayal of Krystle Carrington became well-known, praise, and a collection of distinguished in 1982. She got the Golden Award. Globe for the finest actress in television series, followed by numerous more Golden Globe nominations and numerous People's Choice Awards between 1982 and in 1985. She got an Emmy nomination in 1983, but Linda's impact reached well beyond. As Krystle, she sparkled. Global fashion trends, brilliant wardrobe for spectacular evening gowns, sleek fur jackets, and exquisite ensembles became a fashion pattern for many ladies. Her signature is voluminous blonde hair, delicate eye makeup, and neutral-toned lips make her one of the most recognized faces of the 1980s. Even her off-screen fashion selections reflected the same grace and sophistication. Crisp white blouses, fitted jeans, long coats that seemed simple yet polished. Linda did not simply wear clothes, she made it a statement beyond Dynasty. Linda Evans, I took on a number of cinematic roles that showed her diversity and curiosity as an actress. In 1979, she appeared alongside Lee Marvin and Robert Shaw in action, thriller Avalanche Express, and a year later, she appeared opposite Steve McQueen in Tom Horn, which is McQueen's last film, did not bring the same amount of fame as Linda's television work was proven. I wasn't frightened to walk outside her comfort zone and try something new. In 1991, she reprised her legendary performance in Dynasty: The Reunion, is a limited series that allowed longtime admirers to revisit. The adored Carrington saga, her comeback Krystle was greeted with warmth passion, is a witness to her enduring attractiveness and the strong friendship she had formed with viewers over the years. But Linda Evans' journey isn't only about celebrity. Glamour behind the spotlight was a woman who experienced heartache and personal challenges, especially in love and marriage. In 1968, Linda Evans, at 26 years old, married John Derek, was a well-known actor. The director was 16 years her senior. Initially, it felt like a Hollywood dream. He was personable and experienced. He played a significant role in influencing Linda's early steps in the industry. But what looked like a promising relationship soon evolved into emotional agony. The relationship was tumultuous from the start. John Derek is already famous for his previous relationships included a high-profile marriage with Ursula Andress, a reputation for being intense, controlling in their marriages. His habits became increasingly clear. Linda was expected to back away from her, advancing career to concentrate on their life. And she constructed this home out of love and loyalty, sacrifices and puts. Her goals on hold, however, no amount of compromise could solve what was slowly cracking under the. Looking back, Linda admitted that I was young and felt that love meant giving. Everything, even her dedication, could not prevent what happened next in 1973. Her world was devastated when Derek began an affair with an 18-year-old aspiring actress called Mary Kathleen Collins. Later known to the world as Bo Derek betrayal, was blatant and painfully marked. Linda and Jay's marriage has ended. John Derek's betrayal did not occur quietly. It played out like a tabloid spectacle. He not only cheated on Linda, he flaunted the affair by whisking. 8-year-old Bo Derek is headed to Europe, reportedly to avoid legal issues. Linda's anguish stems from their age gap. There was a personal heartbreak and public. Derek was humiliated and faced retaliation. Linda found herself because of his deeds. Under the bright light of gossip and judgment, she later described this time as the darkest chapter in her life. The man she loved and trusted had left. Her feels abandoned and deeply insecure, especially since she was constantly compared to considerably younger, fresh-faced B. despite the emotional. Linda chose grace over weight. Revenge. She never openly lashed out or broadcast the awful details, even as. Speculation lurked beneath the inn. Quiet, she was undertaking the arduous task of healing in 1974, after 6 agonizing years. She filed for divorce after the marriage. It was not easy, but it was the first real, taking a step toward recovering her life soon. After Linda contacted her manager and, strong proclamation, she was prepared to work. Again, this decision represented a turning point. Show her strength in the face of heartbreak became fuel for a tremendous turnaround in just a few years. Later, she played Krystle Carrington on Dynasty would not just restore her, but launch her into a completely new. Linda Evans did not let. Rather of being broken by loss, she turned her pain into purpose, showing the world she wasn't just a woman left behind. She was a woman who rose above everything, rather than letting go of her Linda-used marriage to define her. Turning point. A moment to rediscover her strength and reclaiming her identity. Years. Later, after John Derek died in 1998, Bo Derek publicly stated his regret for her role in Linda and Jay's separation. Looking back, Bo confessed as an adolescent, she did not completely understand the impact of getting involved in someone. She acknowledged someone else's marriage. Linda shared the grief that had given her own marriage to Derek, though glamorous. On the exterior came with their own challenges, while the treachery wounded deeply. Linda decided not to live in bitterness. She walked ahead gracefully, refusing to. Instead of allowing her history to define her, that terrible episode served as a lesson in self-esteem and resilience she would carry into every aspect of her. In 1975, just a year after her divorce from Derek, Linda discovered herself starting again, this time with True. Unlike the real estate developer Stan Herman, Derek Herman was not related to the Linda joined him in the entertainment business. Longed for a quieter, more grounded life. Their connection started with the promise of something simpler. Love, built away from the spotlight, entrenched instability and peace were everything she possessed, once wanted amid the tumult of stardom. Linda's second marriage did not work out, she had hoped. Over the span of, after 4 years together, it became, clearly, she and Stan Herman were Linda, was merely taking different roads. Still an integral element of Hollywood. Living in a world of scripts, cameras, and Stan received continual public attention. Regardless of his own fortune in real estate, I found it difficult to acclimate to her high-profile lifestyle. Differences become increasingly noticeable as their emotional gap grew as well. By 1979, they made a joint decision to go. Their separation was brief. Marriage, but one that retained meaning. Linda gained a greater understanding of what she was desperately in need. Of Linda, my partner after the divorce, continued to negotiate love in public. She dated a few high-profile men, including the $6 million man himself, Lee Major. Though their relationship was briefly, it generated a lot of attention. Putting TV icons together was too appealing for tabloids to ignore, but one of the most important relationships in her life. In 1989, she began dating Greeks. Yanni is a musician, and their romance lasted, Linda spoke, frequently for nearly 10 years. He warmly recalls the tranquility and happiness he brought into her life. They never married. However, their friendship was deep and enduring. She described that time as one of most significant chapters of her personal life. Linda has never had children. She has always been forthright about that choice. She stated that she has no regrets. Instead, she elected to devote her energies to her job, relationships, and life. That felt authentic to her own dreams. Linda's satisfaction did not come from motherhood, came from nurturing her own soul, pursuing her passions, and staying connected to those who brought love and sunshine to her life. Looking back on Linda's marriage to Stan, Herman may have had a short life, but she was able to obtain great insights regarding herself and what she actually desired in love despite having 2 divorces. Linda has chosen not to have children, never lost her optimism and resilience. She continued to strive for happiness. Important. Ties in her personal life, life to her. Each relationship, whether long-lasting or brief, given lessons that helped her grow and become more. Self-awareness. Some people believe Linda decided not to have children, displays her concentration on her career. Personal happiness. Following the hardships of 2 unsuccessful marriages and Major Linda Evans reached a new phase in her life. Chapter of her life was one filled with hardships that touched both of them, physical health and psychological well-being. She once sparkled. On screen, Linda embodies beauty and courage. Confronted personal struggles that many people I didn't see that in 2014 she went through, severe health crises, chronic back pain, got so awful. She needed taking heavy painkillers only to get. Throughout the day, chronic fatigue syndrome depleted her energy, leaving her constantly fatigued, having an impact on her daily routine, a neck injury from strenuous athletics. Training just made matters worse, lowering her quality of life. Linda experienced physical and mental strains. This plunged her into a severe depression. At her lowest point, she considered ending her life as a means to escape the constant. In the same year, she was arrested for unsafe driving, caused an occurrence that a media frenzy that ruined her. The reputation was later revealed to be her unpredictable behavior was the result of side effects of pain medicine, prescribed for her persistent back pain. During the investigation, 30 painkillers. Linda's purse was discovered to contain explains that the drug was prescribed to her, but acknowledged that I hadn't realized how deeply it upset her. Ability to drive safely on top of her, Linda went through emotional challenges. Cortisone. Treatments cause hair loss. This was particularly difficult for her as a beauty icon, rather than feeling humiliated. She accepted the situation and began wearing wigs as part of her rehabilitation. During interviews, she spoke frankly about her journey and how accepting her faults enabled her to regain confidence and rediscover self-love. Looking back, Linda stated that many of her previous relationships made her lose sight. Years spent putting others ahead of her, genuine self first, and compromising her own needs made her forget who she actually was. However, it was via these struggles she learned the significance of freedom, and Linda has self-respect and is determined to mend. She dedicated herself to a challenging but determined the rehabilitation process. She focused. She sought equilibrium in her mental health. She began to live life on her own terms. She once said, "Every struggle in life carries a lesson," and through her deepest pain, she discovered her inner power. She came from the darkness. Linda has rediscovered her spark and is now more than merely a television icon. She plays outstanding parts and is a symbol of resilience and compassion, demonstrate that it is possible to overcome problems. Rediscover yourself. Her influence reaches far beyond the small screen. Using her platform, Linda raised awareness of health issues, especially those she personally faced include chronic tiredness syndrome was highlighted. The significance of maintaining a healthy and balanced lifestyle. Linda Evans' works, beauty, and She shared exercises and recipes for life. Useful tips. On self-care beauty, these weren't merely functional. Tips and motivational resources for women seeking to achieve balance and happy in their own life. Linda's achievements and accolades are impressive. Her true legacy resides in the strength of her personal experience. Demonstrated that hardship and struggles don't have to break us. They can fuel transformation and growth. Linda's message reaches much beyond the entertainment sector has become a source of inspiration for women everywhere, the globe attempting to conquer its own. She has demonstrated that a person's worth is not measured by their capacity to avoid difficulty, but by how they meet it. Rise above it. Her legacy doesn't just in her acting career, but in the belief. She emphasizes that everybody can find light. Even in the darkest moments, after all the highs and lows of Linda Evans' life and career, embraced a new era of peace. Purpose. She now lives in Washington State, surrounded by the tranquil beauty of nature helps her retain balance. With an estimated net worth of $20 million, Linda spends her time focusing, pursuing personal interests and engaging in worthwhile activity, stepping away from the spotlight while remaining connected with her supporters. In 2021, Linda made a memorable return to the screen with Swan Song. Her has a little yet powerful role. Performance demonstrated that she still possessed the ability to add emotional depth to her personalities, please longtime fans, reinforcing her status as a respected television figure. Beyond acting, Linda prioritizes healthy living, paying strict attention to her diet and fitness. She frequently offers recipes from her book. Recipes for Life provides simple nutritious foods, such as the salad of hope-light soups with emotional stories. For Linda, each recipe has a special memory, is often associated with a time when yoga helped her get through difficult days. Physical activity is also important. Linda stated that this is part of her regular routine. Yoga not only benefits her physical health, but also functions as a type of mental therapy. Gave her a sense of, every day, find peace and balance with outdoor yoga. Sessions in the tranquil environs of Washington has become a valued part. Linda's routine helps to revitalize her intellect while keeping her body mobile. Strongly feel that true beauty emanates from within, opposing the pressure of strict beauty standards and the pursuit. Instead of perfection, she urges others should embrace self-love and acceptance, emphasizes confidence. Inner serenity is the most vital. Early features of one's look 2025. Linda began the year with a heartfelt message on Instagram. In the video, she expressed a warm New Year's wish. With her fans, may this be the year you explore the beauty and wonder of your. May we never stop believing in our authentic self, fighting for our dreams until they come true. Happy New Year! Lots of love from me to you, Radiant. Linda is a natural and energetic person. Appear in the video quickly. Attracted her fan base, reaffirming her reputation as a Hollywood icon, and Linda has been a source of inspiration for many people. Residences and where she currently resides. Linda Evans downsized to Lakewood, still hanging on to her Beverly Hills house, which Dolly Parton called home for 8 years. The illustrious villa in the Great Northwest was built in 1903, covered an astonishing 12,000 square feet, can be a little too large for the celebrity. Her new home, however, is a world away from the. After selling the villa, Linda bought a 70-acre estate near Olympia. I wanted something comfy and charming. We ended up with a 2-bedroom house. She has also erected a guest cottage. She recounted the renovation procedure. As a joy and a terror took, for some years, she even developed a HOTA-supervised storage unit will keep her Dynasty clothing as secure. However, she stated that it is a little overwhelming. She rarely goes inside it. Linda enjoys a vast garden, a fenced-off area where a family of deer. The house has a beautiful country vibe. Linda describes the French feel as little but adorable. It's just right. Size for her and her 3. Cats in a 2010 interview with Oprah. Winfrey Linda offered guests a tour of her home showing them the river flowing. She described the property as follows. She owned a 1-bedroom hideaway on the She used this place as a getaway. Finally, she decided to make the move. Permanent. After relocating, Linda gained 25 pounds in 2 years after disclosing I had a lot of fun staying out late and eating, drinking, and doing things she hadn't done before. The freedom to do things before she disclosed that some of her family members are buried on the land that holds a particular place in her heart. She talked about her life and how she replaced her spouses with her career, but still felt compelled to please someone or pursue something. Outdoors, she stated that her move was, as part of a search for something deeper, journey deep to learn who she actually is, despite the fact that it wasn't very popular. Linda thought that there were choices in Hollywood. There's more to life than celebrity. And fortunately, she had seen inside Linda Evans' Beverly Hills. Linda Evans once said, "I love my home. And if I have one issue, it's I don't have enough time." She moved into her brick and wood house approximately 3 years ago and explains it's only 25 minutes away. The studio is close enough for work but far sufficiently removed to feel serene. Retreat from the hubbub of Hollywood. Linda enjoys cooking now that she is at home. She has a genuine interest for it, currently working on her 2nd cookbook. Her initial project was personal, produced, and gave to pals. One has been picked up by a publisher. She is also co-writing a book about women with her stepdaughter, Sean Derrick, the daughter of her former spouse. John Derrick. The entryway to her home, designed with decorator Barbara Wyndham, establishes a nice and peaceful country tone, continues throughout the house. The dining room features an ancient English table with matching chairs and a beautiful French armoire, too. The side is a more casual. Space evolves into a second. She prepares the dining area for parties. Small round tables may host up to 30 people. The kitchen is painted in a cheery color. Blue is where Linda does all the cooking. No hired help. If I weren't, I could make a livelihood by cooking. She says her specialties span from crab enchiladas with Chinese fried rice to shrimp and chicken with garlic butter, mushroom sauce. She's a self-proclaimed food enthusiast, however, she balances it out with frequent workouts. Her home gym swims in her pool, occasionally sprints after her 4 kitties. The living room is filled with soothing pastel colors, tones that emphasize the shining hardwood floors and a beautiful collection. Linda collected antiques in both after seeing Los Angeles and London. Japan, she gained a passion for Oriental porcelain and has subsequently constructed an impressive selection of delicate objects. Her bedroom displays the same elegance. Charm with an English armoire, Windsor chairs are elegant and timeless. Touch. One very noteworthy detail. Above the fireplace hangs a photograph of Linda received a gift from Barbara Stanwyck. Years ago, they starred together on the TV series The Big Valley. At 82, Linda Evans is living proof that joy and fulfillment do not stem from avoiding life's challenges. They originate from how we confront them and how profoundly we learn love ourselves along the journey. Her optimism, strength, and love for life continue to inspire and show us that every stage of life provides a fresh chance to develop, heal, and start again. favorite TV personality to a symbol of Linda has demonstrated resilience in navigating heartbreak transformation, and her narrative reminds us to remake ourselves gracefully. Even after life's toughest chapters, it is possible to find calm, rediscover your mission, and live authentically. At the age of 83, she is not just Hollywood icon. She is a guiding light for anyone wanting strength, attractiveness. Meaning, from what aspect of Linda's journey resonates with you the most? We would love to share your opinions in the comments. If you loved this article, leave it a like and subscribe for more inspirational outfits at the lives of Hollywood legends. See you in the future video.